What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Monday stream. Guys, I'm allowed to be 2 minutes late today. It's meant to be a public holiday here, remember? We don't take days off, guys. The market waits for no one. See you very soon. Enjoy the older intro. Tomorrow, new one will come. We're muted, see? It's Monday. That's what happens on public holidays, guys. And yes, that was a legitimate mute. How's everyone going today? I was just talking about rotation. I was just talking about how good the community is. Guys, we've got it right again. We've seen the fact that it's all in the tech right now. It's all in the hyper stonks. It's all in the healthcare. These are the sectors that are doing better. And you'll notice it straight away. US 500 up 0.07 here on the Monday morning. Whereas we've got US 100 0.34%. Don't worry. You can say saved soon in the chat, guys. Saved soon in the chat. It's all good. Let's have a look through here on the resistance. And yes, 14,000 is being met. 14,000, what is this? The highest 0.70. We've just reached 14,000 for the high. 59 was the highest point. So we're very, very close here. And I do expect the Nasdaq to outperform the SP500 here as well. So this makes a lot of sense coming into the market. What are our expectations this week? That's got to be the next question we ask ourselves. And I think our expectations are, look, it's going to be a Monday. Will the Monday break? Who knows? The infrastructure plans around the world, all of that type of stuff has been the G7 summit, kind of discussions. I think all of that's mostly positive for the economy. But what I'm looking for really, if I was thinking about trades here, I mean, if we're already in long, great. Do we expect bear selling here? Probably. Usually you would expect bear selling here. But the S&P 500 is through the bull area. So because it's hitting in fake market futures Monday, I could expect some sell-off. Then I hope we break through. Then I hope we get the pullback back to the zone, which will create probably a better day trade later on in the week. Now, I've talked to you guys a lot about this, 550 people out there already today, and it's all about recognizing that Mondays are not necessarily the best trade days, but they're great days for you setting up your plans for the rest of the week. Let's have a quick look over how we've got Gonzop says Troll City, not Troll City. G7 here in Cornwall, says Gavin. That's right. Fox Business started the $100 per barrel oil chant on Friday. That means it's almost time for us to get out. So let's have a look around the markets. US 100 at the peaks. Resistance possibly being found throughout the session. Let's have a quick look at US 500. We talked about this one. If you're new to the channel, it's all about this community trend line, guys. This is the expectation for where we think it's going to be. Is there risk this week? Yes. A lot of people accused me on the weekend. They said, Tom, you haven't been bearish enough on the markets, we have to just go with what the price action is telling us. And currently, it's been bullish. Look, we've been correct being bullish recently. We might as well continue to be so unless we see a strong break to the bear side. And at this stage, we're not really seeing it. Unfortunately, we have seen it in commodities though today. So we'll talk about that in just a few moments. Let's have a look at US oil firstly. US oil doing quite well. Hit 71.66. $100 barrel being discussed. I still think we've got a little bit more in the tank. But where does the tank end up? The tank ends somewhere around 75, 72. I'm very, very cautious. This is the danger zone, guys. We're entering the danger zone for oil. Now, do I think it gets up here at $100 a barrel? Anything's possible. It's not for me. It's not for me. This trade, specifically when it got through these levels here, great. Has it been going to the right direction? Yes. But it's just not quite there yet. It's not quite at the point where we can get out of US oil and be like, thank God, black gold's done the right type of stuff. Always spot this as well. Weekly 20, very far away from it. That has me shook. Like at some point, it will get obliterated down to the weekly 20. It always does. Just be careful here. We continue to follow the trend. And on US oil, it's all about these time frames. We go on the 2 hour, 20 moving average, 50 moving average. You can see it. 4 hour, it's going to be the 20 moving average, 50 moving average as well, with the deepest pullback going 50. But in general, the 20 is holding. So if we see a pullback back to here, we hope this holds, so on and so forth. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's what we're looking for. BTC, probably the story of the weekend. And I'll tell you what, this is looking really great. If you're a crypto fan, Bitcoin, we've talked about, well, I've said several times, Bitcoin and ETH are the only things I'm even interested in at the moment. Bitcoin particularly was the major kind of play. As everyone hates Bitcoin, they need to understand that Bitcoin is ultimately the thing that drives the markets. And we saw the news come out where basically they're going to have an actual upgrade to the network. Wow. Who would have thought there'd be an update to the network in Bitcoin? Bitcoin got its first makeover in 4 years. Basically, they're going to upgrade and they're going to call it Taproot. Of course, going out in November, is it partially a useless upgrade? Sure, but it's at least the step in the right direction. The upgrade will mean greater transaction privacy and efficiency. Cool. Well, privacy is important. And crucially, it will unlock the potential for smart contracts, similar to kind of like maybe Ethereum play, a key feature of its blockchain technology. So look, I think this is a good first step where we think about going back to Bitcoin and going back to the one that pushes the market first, and then the rest come through. The trend line was broken. So for people trying to figure out where the next step is for us, I think this trend line got smashed, which is super important. I'm still not convinced it's out. I think we remain still looking at the 42,000, 42.5 level to know that it's really a great long. You can see all of the moving averages hitting there as well. 50 daily exponential and the 200 simple sitting right on 42,000 as we speak. But what if it pulls back to the 20 moving average here and the previous resistances? I could see bulls buying this thing up. So if you're in crypto at the moment, you're looking at Bitcoin. Let's say this consolidates, sells off down here. Do I think there's buyers here? I do. I actually think there's buyers at that point. Now, have we just seen the low? Well, we've tested 30,000 basically twice, 30,000 and 31,000. It's the exact type of accumulation that we want to see from the biggest one. Every second post on Wall Street Bets is CRSR. Yes, I understand that was a big movement. In fact, some of you were commenting last week on the channel. Sometimes it pays to read the comment. Bit of a shout out as well. If anyone's running a YouTube out there, there is a thing. It is called, let me just have a quick look here. I messaged the guy and I installed it on the channel. Let me just see if I've got the message here. This dude, follow Ashley Rudland. Nice guy. He has a very cool application where basically it deletes spam from your channel. It's funny, isn't it? He does something a $1 trillion company such as Google cannot do, which is create AI that actually has a network that deletes the spam comments. So, yeah, a few people mentioning CRSR. We will have a look at Corsair very, very soon. Break through the resistance, break through here, pull back to this zone. I'm certainly going to be setting alerts for it and having a very quick look at this area. The types of things you're looking for, lightning bolts, the stuff that we talk about on the smaller time frames, and the fact that it's also going to have a 20 exponential moving average sitting on it from a daily. That helps for sure. Danshan Udesh says 42,500 today. Wow. You reckon today? Possibly. Let's have a look at BTC shorts. It's obviously just the Bitfinex data. I'm sure it's quite high. Still increasing through there. You can see where it is. This is usually a decent precursor, actually, for shorts. So we mentioned that we thought there would be weakness around that 37.5. I think it got to 38.4. Came back down to about 35. So I thought it was a pretty good little risk-reward trade. And then I even mentioned in the private community on the weekend, I think it was over because we weren't seeing that follow through on the bottom. But yeah, it's still being shorted relatively heavily by the whales, and we still are in the distribution. So even if we get up here, I'm only looking for closures above this to say, okay, we're back in uptrend. And everything in here is mostly, do you want to invest and do you believe in it? That's the type of thing we're looking for. Sen's worth $5. Tommy is happy with Square is running, says Pino. That's correct. Yeah, so Square was a good pick for us last week. I'm pretty happy with the concept that this one can run through today as long as Bitcoin comes in. I don't actually see Square as a Bitcoin company, but this is a great downward trend line that we had. We broke through that trend line. I think we should be able to move back up here to this point. Hopefully we can even do it maybe even today in the session 226. And if we close through 226, we will have the participation phase. And that participation phase is going to be awesome. 240, 260, 280. Every $20 matters for Square after that area. So I'm really looking forward the next couple of days, hopefully for Square to start to reclaim part of its competitive advantage against PayPal in terms of the stock. It's not been doing well for quite some time. What about AMC? Says Arati. Yep, we'll have a look at quite a few. So let's go through AMC and the squeezes. AMC up 1.54%. Yeah, it was a pretty good close into the Friday. You got through the major zone, which was the $48. You can see how it interacted with this zone as well. Let's actually jump down into a smaller time frame. We'll go 15 minutes. You can see it sold off around that $48. It is actually acting relatively technically. $40 buy, 48 resistance, closed above. That's strong. Next move, hopefully up to the 52. And then, of course, you're moving from the 52 to the 60. So these are the key areas that I would have on AMC. Basically, I would have looking today for 52. Hopefully get it. Once 52 is reached, if it gets breached, I'd be actually looking for 60. Once breached 60, 69. They're the main key zones that I'm looking at on AMC. I don't really see too much else, but I certainly do see these ones. So 48 support because it's above there at this stage. $40 support. 52 resistance and 60 resistance with the top resistance of 68 for AMC. XRP world-changing coin, bro. What? XRP world-changing coin? Nah, I don't know. I've never been a big fan of XRP. I bought it and sold it, but I've never thought it was. I never thought it was the real game changer, but I know a few XRP hodlers out there will be like, Thomas, it's the game changer, man. It's the one. It's the one. Let's go have a quick look at, was it CRSR, is that right? Corsair Gaming. Everyone's talking about this one, up 16%. This is, of course, a keyboard manufacturer, peripherals, all that type of stuff. They used to make some pretty good product. I think they've made a lot worse product in the last couple of years. And I think the competition's real as well. But look, great profitable company, still makes a lot of money. It seems like Wall Street really wants to push this one up. And you can see they're trying to clear through this level at this stage. So pre-market's going 37.85. If it does open up here, what I could actually see is a little bit of weakness coming in. So it's a big open, 16.97%. Not a small company. It goes up through, pre-pulls back to the previous resistances here. So you got a 1, 2, 3 resistance, and then we move through to it. Let me just quickly reset these charts so you guys can see everything. There we go. And I'll pull this one down as well. There you are, a bit better. Pull this across. Didn't realize we weren't feeded there. Thanks very much for the subscribing. everyone as well. Appreciate that. Hey, Tom, trust you're doing great. Your Gendra says, absolutely we are. Yeah, absolutely we are. So 37.85, we've got the big channel. If you were actually trading this technically, of course, I know Wall Street's all over this, Wall Street bets, then you'd be looking at about $42, but I think they're going to try to push it to 44. There could be still gains here. It's a decent company at a still relatively okay price. In November, all the way through to that back November, and then also in the January spike, it actually pushed to 50. So if the chitter chatter is as much as we think it is, which we'll have a look in just a few seconds here, then this is one that I believe many people will hit today, and we'll show you here. Let's bring up the rankings. So big chitter chatter. These are the ones that's coming through all of a sudden. We've got Corsair Gaming really showing that the message volume is increasing, sentiment's increasing, price is increasing. That happened on the Friday session. It's going to go way higher now. You can see here a whole bunch of probably YouTubers and stuff are also getting on it. So the interest is there. 1 minute, quite a lot of posts so early in the morning in the pre-market. So this is the type of one where you can see the message volume is going through the roof, and it has been for quite a few days here. And as we know, it usually has a little bit of follow through from this day. So this is the day that everyone knows about it. Then Friday was already a great day. This is the day that everyone knows about it. Then usually it's that one last day of pump and it's over. So what do you guys think? Do you reckon this one's going to go up or not? Vote in the room right now. Tell me whether you guys think CRSR Corsair Gaming is going to come through. It's all about trying to break it down though to understand, do I believe there are diamond hand holders here? No. The two pillars of diamond hand holding is AMC and GME. And I don't think anything changes in our perspective on that. It's AMC, GME. They're the two with the diamond hands. They're the ones that people really hold. These are all pumpy dumpies. Pumpy dumpies, guys. Don't forget that ever. Now, gold. We thought the sequence was getting bad. Unfortunately, this took out most people's stops today. Fair enough. I actually think that it was already weakening. You can see here the huge weakness that was coming through, trendline weakness. Anyone that's done the Ultimate Masterclass or any of our courses in the past will absolutely know why. There's some big tellers here that we talk about in that. We do have these resistances. We also have a second and third test of the trend line without making new peaks. There's actually a secret in there that makes a big difference. Good news for gold, if you can say it's good news, is the short is coming through to the key level. This 1842 zone is the real deal from a support line. And hopefully it can hold for anyone that's looking at repurchasing gold, or they're even looking at where can this thing stop. It's absolutely bleeding me dry. It's fake market Mondays, and gold is getting punished down to this level. See the level? Very cool. Because it's got 200 and a 50 exponential moving average. Now, I understand it's not good whenever you have something pulling back. From the whole move, it hasn't even pulled back to a 38.2 fib. From the previous move, let's call it the move from top to bottom here, it's actually already going to be hitting a 61.8 fib at that point. So it's not a fib layout that we're going to see here. But that's a big pullback and a big dump off in gold early morning here. Very big. After this AMC and GME, I never wanted diamond hands again, says Mama. Have you been holding it for a while, have you? CRSR up today, but that's all it's got, says Mr. Murray. And Terry says CRSR has no new products. I'm totally with you. Corsair used to be a great company. I've got whatever this mouse is. Some of you guys will know this mouse. It's a glorious Model O or something. It's a great mouse. Very great company. Put skates on it. Awesome. I just got rid of my Corsair keyboard today. I don't even know what this is. I probably should put a description in the link below because it's pretty sweet. Keychron. Indie developer, effectively. Great. Look at the box, guys. I built a new computer on the weekend. Maybe I'll show you guys, but look at this thing. Look at that box for an indie developer. Holy moly, that box is beautiful. That's awesome. Look at that. That's legitimate, that box. I was very impressed. They've even got all their details on the side really nicely. Great box. These are the things that I get excited about. Who knows why? Also, 5900Xs, they're legitimate. Legitimate processor. Very nice. Beautiful stuff. So, gold, unfortunately, coming down here to this level. I expect it to find buying pressure somewhere around there if you're wondering when the bleed will stop. Interestingly, silver still stays in the range. So you can see that this is still trying to squeeze. People are purchasing a lot of physical silver. There's a lot of movement on the Reddits about this, and I think that's why silver's holding up. Be very careful on silver. Clearly, gold is showing something. Silver, as I've said for a while, it's stuck in a range. It's doing its thing. Until it gets out, we can't really look at it from a trade perspective. For now, it's sit, wait, relax. If you're in it, it looks okay. If it comes down, where do we expect it to go? 26.30, and then hopefully it rebounces. Welcome to the 1,258 people out there joining us today. ISTM, of course, CRSR has new products. They're pretty much dominating the streaming market. Well, they're advertising in the streaming market. Are they dominating? I usually find that I'm pretty nerdy. So I usually find I'm kind of not so much in front, but generally a lot of the people that I talk to, in the gaming world and stuff, they are moving away and they usually are before everybody else. Now, I understand Razer did well for some time, but just remember, if all these indie developers are making, let's call them double as good products, because they are literally, some of them are double as good or at least 30% better, once somebody gets hold of that, they will move to those areas. Ethereum looks weak, says Mushroom Cap. Yes, all altcoins will be weak as BTC gains dominance here. It's getting back its mojo, and then we'll see it move through. So US oil still looks bullish. Silver stuck in range. Gold low down to about 1842, I think. I think that's bearish still at this stage. US 100 outperformance on US 500, let's hope, throughout the session. Let's continue to scroll down and through. So we've done AMC, we've done our key levels there. Scroll back if you're interested in that one. Let's have a quick look at GME. So GME, what is going here? GME, 237. What's the short interest on GME at the moment, guys? This is very, very, very negative on GME. I saw people loading puts like no one else last week. GME is possibly still a sleeper from a squeeze perspective, because when you think about it, percentage-wise, there's actually 47% upside here. Better than some of the new short squeezes. And it's still got a bit of potential, plus it's got a movement behind it. $200 was a good little level. I can see why people bought it there. It's 237 in the pre-market. We'll see whether it tips back over, but if it does, I still think this is the one where money ultimately will come back. If someone makes money in something else, they want to still get into a squeeze. Think of this as like the blue chip of squeezes, if there is even a thing for the last 6 months. Sorry, Tom, disagree about Corsair. They've got some great acquisitions. Yeah, look, the company might be good. What I'm just saying is that, and they could make some damn good money. I just don't believe they've got the same product line they used to have. I've still got a Corsair PSU in here and stuff. I'm just from my own hardware perspective. I'm not talking about the financials. From my hardware perspective. It's different to what the financials are, yeah? I'm just telling you my opinion. Does it move? Yes. Is it moving because of Wall Street? Absolutely. People really, really hating me about this stuff. Scuff Gaming, yeah, I know that's popular. And Elgato, haven't used Elgato in a long time. They used to have like great capture software, if I remember rightly. Anyway, look, I'm just saying my opinion on using the products. It's not the financials. I haven't looked at Corsair Gaming's financials because it's not a stock for me. If I was trading this, I would trade it. I wouldn't invest. I'm not investing in it. You're looking at big moves here due to Wall Street, and that's awesome. Wall Street bets, that is. And again, $44 is the target initially for this move. I mean, you can see why. Previous resistance, previous resistance, previous resistance, and the squeeze targets are 48. So if this movement is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger as we run the stream. So, yeah, from a investment perspective, I'm not loving the product, and therefore I won't invest. That's just me. That's how I kind of sometimes do it. It's a pump, not a question of the product. The Upper Decks, US $5. Thanks for the content. VXRT thoughts. Well, thank you very much, Upper Decks, for getting it. Decent TV show, by the way. The Upper Decks, I quite enjoyed it. VXRT, Vaxart. Okay. up 4.23%. Wow, look at this. That's a pumpy dumpy. Biotech? Yeah, Biotech. Can only be Biotech when you get pumpy dumpy like that. Especially in the time it happened. So when was it? January. Okay. So it was actually a January Biotech. Huge volume. So wait a second. Has this run with 2 squeezes, or has this always been just coincidental? Why did it run over here? VXRT. This is a squeeze stock, yeah? Could someone just confirm that? I assume it was a squeeze stock from back earlier this year because it ran very symptomatically with squeezes. If that's true, there should be still more in it if it's getting the attention. Let's have a look at the attention. Where did I put it? There it is. VXR. Yeah, so Vaxart's getting the attention here as well. Let's have a quick look at it. This is a good place if you don't want to go troll Wall Street bets and stuff, just to look at message volume increases. You might be getting onto something pretty early here. So that was the first time that it ran there. Can I go back more data? I'm not sure if I can go back more data. I'm interested to see whether with the message history and the fact that the message volume is going up here, because we go to rankings again and go to most active, VXRT is not there, whereas Corsair is coming in. So if you can pick a stock that before it comes into this area here, you're in it. So let's say it goes trending and it actually gets a movement on it for some valid reason. Remember, what I told you guys about Pumpy Dumpy and all this split stuff and all this pumping stuff is it has to make sense. Remember, remember Clove last week. Clover Health. Look at the stock now. It's a dog. A bad one. It's terrible. Look at that. Crapper. Okay? Unfortunately. But what was the story? 40% short. I had people in the chat yelling at me, Tom, it's 40% short, you dumbass. It's 40% short, man. We're going to take this thing to the moon. And then they pumpy-dumpied it with you with a legitimate story. Corsair has an even more legitimate story. What does Vaxart have? That is a question. You must think about it from a perspective. If I tell someone down the street, hey, dude, you got to get in this Clove, man. 40% short. Get them. Get Wall Street. Kill them. We need to take their money. The movement. And then you run off down the street. The guy's going to be like, damn, he's right. 40% short. We're going to smash those guys. Let's get in. They all start believing. Corsair's beautiful. We've got streamers. They're all they're all being sponsored by it. We've got real profits here. We've got short squeeze on the stock. We've got everything we could ever want. Let's get into Corsair. It's the idea of the concept. So when you've got that and you can start pushing that through all of the forums, it creates like this fever of anticipation. All the apes start jumping in. That's what you want, and that's what you need to spot in stocks. I don't know if you agree with me on that one, but it's even the trend through crypto. Come up with an altcoin, get a bunch of, it's like the steps of service of crypto. Find a concept, say it's the next big thing, get a whole bunch of deals with everybody else, make even more deals, constantly have little bits of news, create a massive Discord with a huge community, get Wall Street bets in it, get whoever else needs to be in it, and pump it out. And then you make tons of money. That's what they do. So Vaxart, if it has an incredible story, this could be the one. VRTX? Is it VRTX? Is this it? Which one did you tell me? VXRT. Yeah, it was VXRT. VRTX, we've done this one before. Oh, that's bad. And was looking so good. And then it gapped under. That's not good for this one, unfortunately. You needed to clear the 220 bad on VRXR. Let's see what the chat thinks. ENPH, baby. Absolutely. End phase looks good, EXLM. End phase looks good. We'll look at that soon. Vaxart has the only COVID-19 in pill form. Oh, yeah, that's the one that had that. Okay. Hey, legitimate story. Legitimate story. Can we get some squeeze on it as well? Hey, Tom, Cat was already selling off last week, so not sure how much it still has to go. Yeah, we've got our bear side. This is our bear side. Yes, I put Netflix in the bear side. There are reasons. That's it. Does anyone else think? Can you have a look at CAT 1 hour? Looks crazy oversold. Yeah, so CAT got sold hard last week. If you actually look at a FinViz chart, and I might have that up here. Oh, no, not there. That's Reddit. Okay. Well, I don't have a FinViz chart up there, but if you do, go to the weekly and you'll instantly see CAT was massively oversold last week. VRTX equals free fall. Yes, that was a nasty chart. So a few people want me to have a look at Ethereum and what I think. I actually think it's okay. So people are saying, oh, it's weak, it's crap. Look, Bitcoin's got all the news on it. Remember, crypto and any stock, it's all about the news. The news, a few weeks ago, no one liked Bitcoin. It was the end of the world for Bitcoin. It's terrible. Now, El Salvador, random countries in the world are saying, hey, we don't mind Bitcoin. Maybe we'll create some structural kind of finance around it. And we'll say, hey, this is what you can do with it. We're going to semi-legitimize it. And then on top of that, you've also got other countries potentially now looking at what El Salvador did. And you've got the announcement. It's the perfect storm. It creates the rhetoric. Here, though, on Ethereum, we've got trough, higher peak. That's a good sign. We've also got some strength. 2600 obviously is a big issue for you. So I think Ethereum can easily get to 2600. And as long as Bitcoin holds and starts moving up, Ethereum will move with it. But it will take longer now. We need to always put in perspective. When Bitcoin was 39K, what price was Ethereum? It certainly wasn't $2,500. If we go back over here, back to when Bitcoin first hit into these levels, Ethereum was a measly $1,600, $1,700. So we need to remember it's holding strong in comparison to where Bitcoin has gone. And that's a very important fact for when you get into stagnation of altcoins. Buckwheat hikes. I never said that Bitcoin was going to be the end for Bitcoin. If you're talking about the end for Bitcoin being in a big bull run, yes, I did say that. But that wasn't last stream, bro. I remember exactly what I've said about Bitcoin, and that's been that when we went down here, I said it's the end of the bull run for now. Absolutely. That destroyed the bull run. It was a terrible day. I remember this day. And then through here, whenever Bitcoin's gone down here, what have we been talking about? We've been talking about a new low potentially getting formed and then it getting reversed and then that actually being an incredibly bullish sign. Last stream, I actually said I am more bullish than ever considering what's happening with Bitcoin. Absolutely, I am. More bullish than ever from the perspective of over here. Completely. That's exactly what you can go back and watch Friday. I don't mind. So let's continue going through here and seeing what else we've got here. So we've got the shorts. A few people saying, what are you thinking about, CAT, DE and stuff. I still think they're all short. They may have bullish days, but overall, these are the type of, markets within markets that are still looking weak. You look at this chart and you think, well, that's a perfect wick-off, whatever you want to say. People call it whack-off theory. You've got this, more importantly, massive consolidation near the support, and that got broken through. So let's say DE, John Deere, comes back up to this level. Does it find selling pressure here? Yeah, it should find selling pressure here, and it should continue to move straight on down and through. That's the level that I think it should move through. Yeah. Daniel Polk says, I cannot super chat, man. They don't take my credit card. Yeah, it happens to quite a few people. We'll sort that out eventually. So big pull down here. I think it could come out, but eventually I believe that John Deere should be going down to around that 300 to maybe 315 level. I do think this is weak, and the main reason is because when you look at it on a chart, that is ridiculous. Weekly close below the 20, very important. That's a big failing for it, and that's a huge run. It cannot hold these kind of runs for that long. So that's super important. Chris Alexander has remembering you said if it tests 37K on 4 hour and rejects, then it would go to 20K. What? 20K from 37 doesn't sound like me. I think that if I would have said anything, if it got under... No, I didn't say that. No way, dude. Deere got smacked too? Absolutely. Yeah, Deere got smacked. Absolutely, it did. So UPS, FedEx, these are all ones on my hit list over time. If I'm looking at shorts, these will be some of the stocks that I think will go short. It's all got to do with incredibly overpriced stock and the fact that we cannot have incredibly high shipping rates forever. It's just not going to be something that's consistent throughout there. Netflix, why is that on the hit list? This is a nasty looking chart. Like, you look at that, you've got all the hallmarks of another one of those distributions. You've got basically resistances, you've got your false breakout, you've got more resistances, you've got pull down into this area, 487, pretty damn big support. And if it breaks through this area long, hey, we'll go long. The difference is that you need to think of it as a market as, how do I see Netflix? It's a potential short right now. We know where our triggers are. We also know that if it gets past this 512 high, all of a sudden it's long again and we can take trades along. We don't care. The ultimate trader doesn't care. You don't care. You don't have an idea of whether, I'm bearish on it because, I think that people are going to start canceling their Netflix and going outside and playing golf. I don't know. None of us do. But what we do know is the market will tell us it in the price action. And that's the most important thing. That's definitely the most important thing. Huey said, Thomas said 37 goes to 32, which it does / has. That's correct. I never said 20. Yeah. Tad Blair says, you better watch every word you say, man. Yeah, that's true, dude. I'll just make a mute stream where I won't say much. All right. Ultimately, you'll usually hear what you want, but all I'm trying to show everybody on the stream is how to interpret key levels. So let's continue to go through here. Oh, wait, we've got a donation, so we better do that one. Bradley back, $2. PLTR, wow. Haven't done this stock for a while, have we? Beautiful, though. Bradley back, US $2. PLTR built support over 24, off to 26.28. I think that's totally fair, man. Yes, this is doing the right stuff. So let's go down to the daily. We've given PLTR our support, not in terms of me viewing it because it's boring, but I gave it support here. You guys remembered. I gave it more support here, and I continue to give it support. I think that this can make it back up here. It can, because it's done the right types of things. When you think about it, what's it done? It's broken through the nasty trend line. It false moved underneath 20. Well, it didn't false move. It moved under. And then quickly regained, got above that, and then regained above the 21.45, the most important support it had. So it just smashed back through that. Got through the nasty lower peaks, which is a huge thing whenever you're trading. Lower peaks, once you break that, you break a sequence. 2050 exponential cross here. And then we've got a bullish hammer followed by, hopefully, a new point up here. I actually think it's looking pretty good. And yes, PLTR holders, hopefully this is the week for you, because this is the week of, let's say, hyper stocks do come through. If they can continue to come through here for us, good. PLTR should be back at those 27.34 highs. Now, 28 may be a problem because you've got that 26 randomly, 26.24, 27.40. Who knows why they're the zones? But these areas here will matter. I don't think this one matters too much. I think it goes straight in participation, hopefully, to the 27.34. Could be a good week for PLTR. We'll add it back to the list, Bradley. It's coming back. Stocks of interest. My God, we're going to put PLTR back in there. Now, did anyone see Zoom? Anyone get this? Community, did you get this on Friday? Anybody? We brought it back into the list. It's about to leave the list. What a trade, eh? 5.7%. And you can't say you didn't get it in the morning. We did the pre-stream here. And look at this thing. It started off and then just ran the entire day. What a great movement from a hideous stock. Beautiful. 366. Right into it too. Completely smashed straight into the previous support. Look. Support. 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 Resistance. What a beautiful thing. Anyone get Zoom? Chuck it up. Someone said VXRT just withdrew one of its drug applications. That was a different one, yeah? Yeah, VXRT? Oh, okay, that wouldn't be good. That was the one we got the donation about that potentially was the thing. Beautiful. Zoom for one last pump before collapse, says Burgos. Yeah, this stock still doesn't interest me very much, but that's the thing. It's about trades. Where do I think it could go to? I actually think it could go a little bit further, maybe a 380. Previous little supports around the 380, and then hit this trend line that's been fairly consistent with picking it to the short, but it was nice. Massey says, God, I hate Zoom for no reason at all. Yeah, well, so do we. But we still put it on the charts on Friday. And it was good. It broke through the resistance. Look, resistance, 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 and then we came through. By the way, anybody in Australia that's watching us, thank you so much for joining us. It's a public holiday here in some of the states in Australia. Queen's birthday in the UK. But yeah, you guys are dedicated to the markets. That's what's up. Tad Blair says, I got Zoom. Good work, Tad. That's nice. That was a good trade. Well done. Now we are going to remove Zoom. Get the hell out of here. It's gone. Let's have a look at some of the other interesting stocks this week. Pinterest, still interesting to the buy side. Should hopefully fill to 75. That would be ideal. Why are we looking at this? We've got, of course, recovery here. Recovery. There could still be another 20 in Zoom or 14, but yeah, I think that's a big if. Big if. I'm just not a fan of Zoom. It removed the big movement we wanted straight away. So yeah, closure out. Let's have a look at the weekly for Pinterest. Nice close above the 20. It's another one of a contender towards the 74-75 zone. So not bad. Pinterest is there. A few people say Zoom's popping up to the stratosphere. Zoom is? Maybe calm down. Maybe. A few people saying let it snow. They're looking at this stock. Yeah, it certainly should do better. We're right at support. So you can see that the buy that came back in, so it went 233 on the Friday session. It's closed above the 240 recently, pulled back. This is the zone. This is the area just above where once it triggers through that, what is that? 243, currently 240 in the pre-market. It should continue up, make new high, and then go and hopefully test 270 to 280 area. Snow definitely looks pretty good on the chart. 2050 cross, big breakout past the resistance. Really big, kind of reclaiming, big volumes coming back into the stock. It means traders are here and something is going on in the markets for sure. CRSR still running? Yeah, it doesn't surprise me that Corsair is still running. It's an incredibly compelling story and it's had big bull runs on it before, which have created it. Remember, compelling story. We'll add it here. Corsair Gaming. But if you're not in it, 41, is that too high? When the target's probably somewhere around 44. I think it's getting too high. There's only $3 left. Risk reward isn't that good. But if it pulls back here, I could still see a second run on it. Previous resistances, very, very key. 48 to 50, just under 50 is the second level. So 44 and then 48. This is catching the internet by storm, though. I saw a lot of people message me. There were people in the public Discord room talking about this today. Quite a few people said, "Hey, we're looking at the CSR, Corsair, whatever it is, CRSR. That's it." Yeah, by the way, if you're not in the public Discord community, get on in there, guys. We've got a big community here filled with thousands and thousands of people. We've obviously got the private area as well down here. Did a quick hangout today with the guys. Thank you very much for joining us in that hangout. ! Discord if you want to join. Tom, thoughts on people talking about market melt up? Yeah, okay. Melt up or melt down? Melt up's just a word. Melt up's just a word. I mean, I think the market is going, at this stage, it looks relatively bullish, but we need to, we're in bull mode. We're definitely bulling. We're at resistance on the US 100. We're shaking through the US 500. We're not doing it with breadth, which I think is the argument. But for anyone saying, oh, Tom, the volume's too low. Guys, let's think about volume, okay? Why is volume huge here? because there is fear in the market. What happens in fear? There are people that want to buy the dip, and there are people that want to sell and take profit and get the hell out of the market. What's that do? Creates heaps of transactions. Why is a bull market always going to go up with less volume? Someone in the chat, let me know. Why do you think, message me in the chat right now, guys, that when a market goes up, it does so on less volume? While I answer this question, tell me now. Karamaga super chatted $4.99. Can you have a look at eyes? Is eyes back again? Eyes, ears. Those two stocks were hilarious. Gene Molnar, $4.99. Good morning, Tom. Plug, please. We'll be doing that very shortly, Gene. So we'll get you guys to answer that question. We'll do plug, and then we'll do eyes. Plug, still holding above the good zone, $30. Pretty weird kind of days. Decent close. Randomly stopped at 34. That's a bit annoying. I still hoping $37. I think it's a decent closure for the week, even though it did pull back quite a lot. There's nothing here that shows me, oh, I'm scared yet. It's doing the right types of things. 20 moving average, pullback, still holding bodies right above those previous bodies, showing strength of buying still. Let's have a look at the daily volume. Daily volume is dropping off during those last two candles, meaning that a lot of people that were buying this have kind of jumped ship and gone on to another one. I think this kind of suffers from a lot of the squeeze concepts as well. So yeah, 34.40 first target still on this, and at this stage, 38. If you want to know where things really fire up, it's when it breaks through those last 2 days of close. So around 32.40ish. Hopefully it should start firing. Mercury Brugnick says fewer sellers asking for higher prices on the bull run. Fewer sellers, not as many selling, less supply. Guys, only buyers, no sellers. Hey, guys, you're massive brains here. Do you know how many people ask me that question? They're like, low volume. No volume. That means it's bad. No volume. Guys, it's all about scarcity principle. If I'm sitting here hodling that beast, it's just common sense. Yeah, I'm hodling it. I'm like, you're not getting none of my Square. You're not getting any of my Apple stock. You're not getting anything that I own because I'm not selling it because I'm going to make some sweet money. And you know what? You're going to have to pay me for that. Do you think there's going to be as many transactions when everyone's hodling? No, but someone wants it, so it pushes up. Less transactions, less trade volume. Yes, guys, you're smart. I'm telling you, so many people don't know that. Crazy. S. Burgos says, my massive brain needs more coffee to wake up. Get it now, S. Burgos. I might put a little thing in the description below, my favorite coffees. I'm not sure if you can get them in America, but I tell you, Melbourne has good coffees, guys. Melbourne has good coffees. What do we think of eyes? 6.63 here early. Resistance somewhere around this $7.30. What is this? $7.30 pretty much on the dot. Yeah, it's still doing its thing. It's trying to get through. Look, this was a later meme stock. So this actually came in the second meme. So this came in the March memes. So March memes pushed this one. There was no real January meme here. So if eyes does fire and you're seeing the chitter chat improve, which is pretty much what you need to do. So you want to go over to maybe your stock twits or wherever else you want to check it out, and you want to search in eyes, and you bring that up. Wait, there it is, second site, message volume down. Let's have a look at the message volume, and what we want is we want to see some upticks here in messaging volume. We want to see the apes. The apes must be active. If the apes are not active, boring. But when the apes get active again and they start talking crap, that's when you want to get into something like this. So I would say this is probably one of the first things that you need to see. You know, what's going on here? The apes are getting out of control. They're out of control. They're posting memes at a rate that's so high. Look at this guy. Absolutely loving it. Buying a few calls at open, then puts end of day. What a negative dude. No, dude. It's only buy calls, no puts. What the hell? I swear we should do just a recap where we read these things. Would you guys like that if we just go around and read random comments? Some of these are so funny. What the hell is this? Okay. Yeah. All right, that's pretty good. That snail's pretty legit. CRSR keeps closing in on 44. Yeah, of course, because everyone's trying to push it there so they can unload it. It's been like pretty much a one-day dump fest as well. Look at the history of the dump fest. There's the dump day. Yeehaw! Boom. It didn't hold for very long, that's for sure. The apes have the purpose. Good. Yeah, so we did the plug. So Gene, it looks okay. And Karamaga with eyes, I think it's just all about that resistance. And again, watching the trends, because it's only going to move based on everybody else getting a hold of it. Simon Tekeste. You have a cool last name, man. It sounds like one of those beers. I don't know why. It just does. AYRO. $1.99. Please, average cost is $6.60. $6.60. Well, it's a bit unfortunate you have a $6.60. I kind of see how you may have gotten in on it though, so don't feel bad. You know straight away where your big problem is, which is 6. But I will say this: it is looking better. Not only is it trending up, which is great, and you've got like a little miniature trend line here, which is still holding. It's not a very good trend line, but it's there. Is if you start to create a bit of structure here on the right-hand side, remember, you've basically got an inverted head and shoulders. And if you've got an inverted head and shoulders, then what's going to happen? You can take the distance from here to here, and you can extrapolate that out. And if it proofs, which it does here, up to the $8, that's good. So let's get through $6, man. That's what you need. This week, you will set alerts. You will hope this little crappy 20 moving average, pretty much, which is what it's bouncing off on the 4-hour, holds through. You see bull action and you see more aggression in on the $6. You want to see price action where it makes little higher lows, getting into that $6, showing you that it wants to get the hell through there and bust that one out. Because once it does, and it does so even with big volume, especially if it closes above with big volume, so watch the volume charts, it's going to be very, very, very bullish. And hopefully it can move to your next level. Is this one of my favorite stocks? Absolutely not. But I do hope it comes back for you. So fake market futures moving around here. We've got some negativity coming in on the US 500 now. US 100 futures, 14,021. They were much higher. So I guess that probably not unexpected. Monday is... It's probably better almost that it's coming in red. So we'll see whether it can hold a green session. Guys, what do you think? This is actually a very close test. Let's do the straw poll. Market up or down today? Let's have a look. While we get the straw poll ready, I'll put on AMC so you can see what's happening with AMC. Actually, I guess everyone probably wants to look at Corsair, so we'll put this up. Okay. We're going to make the poll. You guys have been pretty correct. This is probably the biggest test of the community so far because we have an almost flat market. And you don't get to choose flat. You have to be green or red. There's no flat. No flat. I see a few people saying, oh, it's going to be flat today. That's too easy, guys. All right. Here we go. It's the room's in there right now. So do the straw poll. I'll do it with you. And then we'll tally those results and see whether the community is correct generally. I've got way too many tabs open, guys. Never open as many tabs as I have. I don't even know where I put it. There it is. Okay. I'll close this window. I don't need that. There we are. All right, I'm going to vote. I've voted. You guys coming in thick and fast. Looks like 21 votes for the green. Oh, for red. Red is winning. Keep voting, guys. I'm interested to see whether you go bearish here. Wow, look at that. That's called no one has any idea. Red is winning. That's unusual. Yellow crab market. All right, keep going round. So we've got red winning currently on the market, and you guys can keep betting there. BTC closing in on 40,000. That's pretty important. Welcome to the 1,721 viewers today as well. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember to subscribe if you enjoy market content where we cover basically stocks, a little bit of crypto, and all the commodities as much as possible. Close all of your prawn windows, says Espergos. Nothing there, man. It's all good. We keep this strictly to the charts. Strictly to the charts. CRM, any interest here? If you like a bit of a boomer software technology company, I think this did a very significant breakout a few weeks ago off earnings. I think this will continue to climb higher. I actually quite like this business for the boring paltry sum of 10 to 20% per annum for the next couple of years. That's the type of feeling I get from it. But it is outside of this very beautiful trend line. And that makes me happy. And if you like these types of things, certainly one. This is Salesforce, by the way. They implemented, of course, Slack. That's a pretty decent one. Twitter, the Twitters still moving towards gap fill at 64. I feel okay about that. Square, probably one of my favorites for today. And let's actually, speaking of favorites, let's load up the Webull app. Let's set that thing to 5,000, actually 9,000, and we'll find out what is moving today through the session. So we got pre-market here. We have to add Corsair in here now, just because you guys will want to follow that one. So Corsair here, 28.49%, 41.58. Congratulations if you're in that. It's moving towards that 44 and 48 bracket barriers. Hopefully it can get there for you today. Riot Blockchain, as expected, with Bitcoin's move up 8.28%. Mara up hard as well. Everything else doing okay. And then really the only ones down, Oxygen, which got smashed the other day. They got destroyed. Clover Health, suddenly all the money is drying up from that. And it's all going over here into Corsair. Remember, none of these. This is not a diamond hand stock. I repeat, very little diamond hands will be here, in my opinion. Maybe you guys think there'll be diamond hands, but I don't think so. We got the results. It is a split even. Split even. 49.46. Most of you thinking slightly ahead on the red side for the session. Let's have a look at the screener here. Oh, I mean, sorry, the screener. Now, I set that to about 24 billion, and I usually just put like as multiple. This is how you get like a big screener if you want, and then you can go like negative 9,000 EPS, and that will just reset, and then you go like this, if anyone's ever wondered, and that just gives you usually 500 results. So if you want the biggest companies in the United States, easiest way to get it is just do that. Let's have a look. Chipotle out in front. Coinbase doing 2.19% at 228. Square 1.94. Thank you very much. It's not even a Bitcoin company, but whatever. 223. ResMed, Vertex, Biotech, Constellation, SAP, Trade Desk. A lot of ones that you guys like in the community. Adobe had a big breakout on it last week. Scary valuation, but it's doing quite well. JP Morgan is expected, all the banks starting to rotate through, not doing so well. And when you look at rotation, it's clear. Do you know what the best sector's been in the last couple of weeks? Does anyone know in the chat? Tell me what the best sector's been, and I'll let you know whether you're correct or not. AMC to 52, or is it 52 now? Nice, 52. Perfect. Exactly what you want to see. Yeah, that's probably where it opens. Should open somewhere around here. Opening at resistance. Right around there. Breaks through this. Beautiful. $60. And you know what? If it does go to $60, 56 may be some problem, but hopefully it goes 60. GME surely is not far behind from having a bit of move. Fintech, bio, healthcare, bio, fuel, bio. Now, biotech is not the best sector in the last month, I don't think. The best sector. Welcome to new member, by the way, April Chanay Madison. 2 months of subscription. Thank you very much for joining the community and rejoining. Also, we've got Amish Cyborg joining for 2 months as well. Thank you so much, Amish. If I missed anybody else, Appreciate your support as well. So these are the returns here. Let's have a look at 3 months. So it's pretty lackluster. It's only gotten good recently, the last couple of days really that these have come through. But the real estate sector's done very, very well. 21.38% in the last. Look at the last month. It started really pushing through as well. But the last 3 months, I'm very impressed with XLRE. I think only energy beat it. No, not even energy. So wait, I think it must be the best then. Let's have a look. XLRE? Yep. So this just shows you that when you realize that this was sitting for so long, doing bugger all XLRE, and then 3 months, bang, there it is. And what are we seeing now? Biotech and healthcare, guys. They're the sectors that are doing better. And you've probably lost the screen. There we go. I'll bring it on so you can see it. Look, so much better. It's outperformed. Do I like this sector? Not my favorite in the stock market, ever. I don't ever like this sector. But when you start to see the other sectors coming around and you go through a 1 year, you'll instantly note what's been behind. Biotech, healthcare, real estate was dog. That thing was down here. But look at this, in January. Oh, real estate, suddenly the best sector for the whole time. Fascinating stuff. Oh, we've got heaps of people resubbing here. We've got Philip Lengen, 2 months. Thank you so much for resubbing there. James Neo also resubbing for 2 months. Appreciate it, James. Thank you for your support. We've got Simon Tekeste coming in with the $2.99 donation. Says, skills. Okay, put skills on. Skills we have at a resistance. On this 15. Let's have a look at the daily. Oh. Yep. I think it's right at the support. Right at the support. So all the moving averages behind it, sitting around $19. It's obviously a popular stock with, I think, Kathy Wood and others. So it is a popular stock. Hopefully it can move through. So resistance, breakout, pull back down here. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. Let's go back to that 15-minute, actually. That was interesting. You know what? I would love to see this thing get above here through the session. I reckon day traders will pick up here. What's this? 2180. Now, of course, you guys have got to make your own decisions on these types of things. I reiterate that, yeah? This is just like me having a look at charts. But, yeah, we've got the support. We've got 2097. Pre-market obviously doesn't look hot. But if it can get through 2164, that would be bullish. Where do the bears get control of this again? I think you don't want to cover under 20. So under 20 would be really bad. Like underneath this $20, that's starting to really break what you wanted, which was a nice closure above, followed by return through this double bottom up to the 32 range, the 30 plus $32. That's where we want to go for skills, but I would like to see that follow through action on the 15-minute. That's a decent little 15-minute structural formation. Definitely a little one. Trishan says, is Coinbase formation? Coin doesn't have much data, which is its main issue. But yes, on the smaller time frames, when you start to go in there, you can see that somewhere around $200 there is support as long as the crypto market holds up. And I'll say that as long as the crypto market doesn't get bashed through. If you go and you kind of close above this little trend line here, you can see on a 15-minute it'll be more pronounced. Like so, there's the 15-minute, and then we've got resistance all the way through. Wow, a lot of new members today, or resubs anyway. We've got all these resistances coming through, and then you break through this level, then you can start moving back up to 250. I think I maintained 250, 240. They're going to be the resistances, and coin can very easily get back up and through here. Not my preference because it doesn't have a huge history, and I think that US stocks tend to underperform in their first 12 to 18 months if they're a technology company. Look at Snow, look at Twitter, look at Facebook, look at Snapchat. Look at Airbnb currently. A lot of these companies underperform. So you've got to realize from an investment standpoint, they usually come in with an incredible valuation. They don't do very well for quite some time. Then they come through with the goods. Philip Legend, James Neo, thank you very much for subscribing. We've got Georgian Marin, 2 months, thank you very much. Rav Panchalamang, 2 months as well, appreciate it. And then we've got Dale Brose, 2 months, becoming a member. Thank you very much, Dale, as well. Ulrich Nielsen, DKK, $20. Tom, Check Pen, ASX 1 hour. Cheers, mate. We'll have a look at that in just a second. So Simon, not Simon, whoever asked about coin, I do think it's starting to look better. I haven't got it on a list of interest at this point because even though I think it's an okay stock for targeting crypto, yeah, it hasn't quite done it for me. Maybe even through here. Maybe even through like 230 would be awesome. Big structure, close above 230, go towards. Yeah, that looks good on the daily. 230 plus. Robbie Edna says, I am 66 and my whole super is on the line. Sam Sun says, class action suit against Skills. How big is the deal, though? How big is that class action? I don't have Skills. But it is important to look at that. The price action ultimately will tell us what's going on. Sometimes you can get like a class action lawsuit and the stock can go up. I mean, look at Peloton. Peloton went to 80, all sorts of nightmares out for it, yet it went up $20 at the height of everyone saying, oh, this is the worst stock ever, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's interesting to see it that way. We're going to look at Penn on the ASX just quickly. Peninsula Energy on support, man, 16 cents. It's right around that level that I guess we had a line for, so hopefully it can hold this area for you. Again, I would scroll into the smaller timeframes. This is not a clean stock, but you will notice that it's kind of been weakening with a series of lower peaks and lower highs and lower troughs. Break that sequence and you will see hopefully some bullish momentum come through. So Ulrich, that's the way I would look at it. On the base, you need that thing right now to have a good day tomorrow. 17.5, 18 cents ideally. We've got quite a few other people joining us as well. Charles Gibby, Alpha T. Thank you very much for the support of the channel. Bitcoin just hit 40.25K. Just smashed through that after consolidating. So Bitcoin could very easily here move up to the 42 and start contending here. Do I expect sellers here? Yes, I do. Somewhere around this zone, I expect sellers to get back in. Remember, whales still have short positions open. And although this looks really great, this is all in accumulation base. So hopefully Bitcoin can continue to move up to the 42,000. Any thoughts on Snow? Check that out, Alpha T, a little bit before. So if you go back maybe about half an hour, you will see Snow. We are 20 minutes off the market open. Big movers for today, of course, Corsair, probably the most popular squeeze stock of the session, 41.50. We'll just recap here. 44, we see resistance zones, potential that people may take profit. And then, of course, we've got these all-time highs on this stock. Somewhere around $48 makes some sense. Just remember, it has a sequence of being a pumpy-dumpy. So pumpy-dumpy could be the problem here. My silver is dumping on me, says Silver Liner. Yes. Unfortunately, gold, very weak. I think it still can go down to 1842 before, finding much support. You'll see it when you look at it on the charts. We did that earlier. US 100 coming in with a 0.18%. A lot of good hyper stocks still moving strong, which is excellent. Airbnb, let's have a quick look at that. Airbnb, 0.38%. Scroll down. You can see the resistance becomes support and it's buying through there. Let's go to the 2-hour chart. All right, so it's breaking out. I still think this should be able to get to 164 from a technical perspective based on all the things we've seen. Base formation, big volumes. Let's have a look at the volumes last week. Volume is sometimes key. Nice buying. There were huge accumulation down here. This was insane amounts of accumulation by somebody. Obviously a hedge fund, I think. The trade volume is much higher on Airbnb than it's been in some time. So clearly some nasty creature on Wall Street is buying this stock, I believe, based on that increase overall compared to where it has been. This interest makes me think positioning. Remember, when a nasty hedge fund comes in and they say, hey, guys, we're going to buy Airbnb. We shorted that beast down. We destroyed everybody. Let's buy it. They don't just go $1 billion in or something like that, or $100 million in. They position in. When you understand they position in, it makes sense to how price action also moves. They do it on confirmations for themselves. They buy some down here, they nibble at it. They see a closure above, they nibble some more. They see pull back, they nibble some more. They see a new high, they nibble some more. And they stagger or layer their positions in. And as they're laying their positions in, of course, the price is also moving up, and so should there be an increased still amount of volume in there. Now, it won't be as high on the green side usually as the fear side, but I still think that is notable. Tom, I think the Russians are trying to hack your chat rooms. Why, Scott Morgan? What's going on, man? Check out CRM, Tom. Yeah, I've done it, Kevin. We looked at CRM. Looked good, man. Enphase Energy, another one that's breaking out here. Actually very low this morning, 147.20. I expected a bigger pre-market here for this. That's a nice closure on Friday for Enphase. Trough, peak, higher trough, higher peak. The right type of sequence. 170 still in its sights for Enphase. Not a cheap company by any fundamental. You look at this and you go, makes no sense. But on the benefit side, you've also got a 50 exponential, a 200 simple, and a 20 exponential all sitting behind current price. And that means that if it pulls back, what's it going to do? These are going to act as some form of buying pressure. People just buy off these levels. So hopefully we can see some movement up to the 170. Airbnb, airlines, anything travel related is pumping. Yes. Well, I think it makes sense. What did we say the other day? We've gone from a goods purchasing market to a services market. So expect, and you can see this in the CPI as well, expect, I think, services to outperform. No worries, Alpha T. Catch you, mate. Kevin N, any different crude oil or any oil stock is doing the same uptrend. Most oil stocks are, but if you're going to buy an oil stock, check the fundamentals. Ultimately, if they don't have good cash flow and they have like so crippling debt to their asset, I think that's a big issue. Also check their how much oil they've got left in the tank, like how much have they got underground, because if they don't have much, it will not be good. Is today called AMC Day? Really? Is that just some made up thing online? It should be called Corsair Day, based on what I'm seeing on the chart so far. PaySafe was another one that's interesting around this 1266 area, if some people have got interest. All these ones that we've got in the chart here, they all have a certain element of interest. Shopify even has a certain element of interest with its consolidation around this zone. Apple this week could come back into focus. God, I'm focused on this myself. Like breakout past these resistances will be a big deal. So we're really just planning for the week ahead, planning for what we're going to do. Tom, check the US 100. Yeah, we had a look at that before. So it hit pretty high in the fake market futures. Now it's pulling back down. So I think this makes sense. 1 hour 20 held support last time. Will it again? Fake market futures is not really where I like to trade. So we can go over to NDX. NDX, you'll notice where the 1 hour is. So about 13,923. So that's quite a lot under current price. We've got the highs sitting around 14,050, which is what the futures got to just before, with one high spike of 14,071. Big uptrend that's happened here at the resistance on a Monday. It's going to probably be shaky. But if it, I wouldn't mind actually if it just stops here for a few days and just does this. Of course, all our stocks go up, guys. Of course, all our stocks go up. But, you know, the rest of the market just does this and then it breaks through. Creates a spring or a coiling effect. That, to me, gives me so much more confidence. If it just smashes through, it could also be a false break, which is the problem. I prefer to see this, a beautiful technical coil. Now, a lot of you will be like, Tom, that's stupid. Why would you want to see like days of no trade? Because really what's happening here is it's doing the right technical before a major breakout. And this gives you more confidence that your breakout is legitimate. And that's what you really want. You want a legitimate breakout. Just a big bang can often be followed by a big bang like that. And as many of you know now, after you've studied your whack off things, you've basically looked at those and you know what they are now. Effectively, it can be false breaks. And that's something that I think is important to understand. There can be false breaks. There's a lot less likelihood if you get a price action with a coil, or in that theory, it's called spring. We call it coil here on the channel, always have. Think we're all caught up with everything else, which is good. Thank you very much for the donations today, guys. Appreciate that. And all the memberships. I want to see AMC. We'll show you AMC. What do you want to see about it, man? 52.55, 55 cents above that little bit of resistance. These are our levels that we've currently got set. And of course, you've also got the next set level, which is around $68-ish. So you've got to show me the gas, says Kibibi. AMD, please, Tom, says Milos. We'll have a look at that. Scott Morgan says, watching HIMS bouncing off $12, looking for it to break past 15. All right, we might check them. So that's our thoughts on AMC here. 52 resistance, a closure above this, which may happen in the first 15 minutes of trade, which would be awesome. Then you might see something like this, pull back. 60 is really the next level of clear resistance. If GME continues to lag as well, it could be an opportunity for some people because it's doing nothing. But it is base formed. Like you look at this on a 15-minute, 240-ish, it's base formed. That is, what is this? The knives on the 15-minute, that's for sure. Oh, I can't say I like it, dude. That too many days down and way too much falling knife. Get the knives out, chat. I want to see knives in the chat right now. 11 minutes till market open, but hey, Hims needs knives. It is at support, you are correct. 15 down to 12. You need lightning bolt action. You need to get back above those ribboning moving averages. This is not a healthy looking chart at this point. Tesla, me baby, says Kay. We'll do Tesla. We'll do NEO. We'll do Tesla. 0.87 on Tesla. Relatively, I don't know, the plaid event, whatever. I wasn't like overly, I don't think it's enough for the market. That's why it didn't move through. This is good. So above 600 is strong. Above 635 this week is really the big point here. And if we get above there, then we can go to 666. So 660, 666 once we close above this area. And if you don't know, this trend line here seems to be holding back Tesla quite a lot. So we've had some big touches of this now. I expect this zone, which is about 660, to be an issue. So trend line here on the charts. For Tesla, let's go over to NEO, which has been the better chart recently. Yep, it's straight into our resistance. Wow, so beautiful. Great work on NEO, guys. This has been a nice recovery ever since we started seeing. We saw much better price action here on NEO, and we've been consistent with thinking that. We got to the 43, sold off. Makes sense. We got above, sold off, bought off that level. Great. Acting technically, it's a good sign. So we expect some resistance potentially here today. But you know what? It gets through here. Where's the next target? Up here. What is that? $50. So there's still ranges. And it's trading the ranges relatively nicely. You can see the little bits of pullbacks that are happening off those areas. What's the next target? 55. So NEO, not too bad on the charts. Kim Lim at FX Evolution. SE looks like a double bottom. Yeah, so it's not a double bottom as I see it, Kim. It's actually just a giant channel for SE. So it's a great company. We all know, well, a lot of you guys know this one now. This company might have some of the best destructive, like what you would call it, game-changing ability to go into countries I've ever seen. And I wish I kind of owned more of it because it's just doing amazing stuff. But we've got here a big channel, and I would say you're looking at a 360 on break. I'm not convinced that it's, a great price. It's exactly at resistance, which is awesome. I actually think this will sell off a little bit here and kind of consolidate. But I tell you what, that is an absolute channel. No doubt that is a classic channel in the markets. I just don't know whether it can get the goods done. Neo looks better than Tesla. Absolutely, Espergos. It's been a better chart than Tesla for quite some time. And that's strange when you think about it. Joseph D'Souza, Salsa, US $9.99. Thank you so much, man. Hey, Tom, appreciate your analysis on Humble HMBL last week. Seems to be doing what you said. Just got your course. Awesome. Looking forward to learning more. Just wanted to get your thoughts on getting in on the DKNG. Well, you might have made a lot of people happy. First, let's get some claps in the chat for Joseph. Appreciate your support. The big tenner. That's like $1 million Australian dollars because our dollar is... Oh, actually, wait a second. We're strong now. Our dollar is stronger than usual. But thank you very much, Joseph. DKNG, yeah, so it hit this level, which was previous resistance. And I'm going to do some fundamental analysis on this pretty hard, actually, over the next week. I might want to position in for it. Because I actually think sports online gambling is a huge deal. Do I like this price? It's kind of come back to the level where you expect buyers to come back in. 2 moving averages. Previous little bit of support. Previous little bit of support. So I think there are nibbles that will happen here. There are further nibbles down here around this 20 moving average. Previous little bit of resistance. I probably don't want it any further under than that. So it should bounce here, I think. And once you close above there, it's looking really great. Because what's going to happen... Oh, I can't draw. See that line? That was so shaky. There's the trend line that's coming through. See how this intersects? It's great TA profit taking. Absolutely perfect TA profit taking. But once you clean this zone, where do we go then? $64. That's pretty good percentage. You know, from here, that's 22%. And that's not even getting near the all-time high. How much is this company worth now? $21 billion. $21 billion. How big is... Does anyone have this quick fact? How big... I haven't done the research on it. What's the total takings of Australia? I think it's $1,400 per person gambled per year, which is... We're very high per capita. What's the average gamble for an American on sports? Does anyone know? When you can't do it, that is. Brian Grant, US $2. Etsy seems undervalued, lagging. What do you think? I will check that out in 1 second. So 5 minutes here till the open. We'll start dialing in on the market. Of course, big stories for today. Market is green. Looking at all-time highs, potentially on the Nasdaq. We'll see whether it can get it done. Bitcoin running hard off some pretty damn good news. They're upgrading the network. The Bitcoin community has done something for 4 years. For the first time, and it's pushing hard at this stage. Every other alt sitting behind as Bitcoin tries to move up to the 42,000. Check that one out in charts. And Ethereum, ADA, all of these coins will fire, but they'll fire after Bitcoin does its thing. All the money's going back into BTC at this point. Other stories, gold, weak, possibly down to 1842. Silver in the range. US oil still looks good, and all the hyper stocks are doing well. Biggest squeeze stock of the day so far, probably Corsair, CRSR or whatever it is. They are the stories. DKNG, right on the support. Go down to the 4 hour. See, the price action here doesn't look good. So I'm actually going to sit back, chillax. We've got it on speculatives. It might need to come out of it may come out of speculatives into stocks of interest tomorrow. We're going to put it at the top of speculatives. So this is in order of speculatives. Clov is the P. That's the crap one. BlackBerry slightly better. GME, AMC. Maybe we should put AMC here. Is that a deserve to be above AD? JD? Probably JD should be there. We've realigned them. So DKNG, I think down to 51 does make some sense. Let's have a look at a fib as well of it. Fib of the whole move. Yeah, somewhere in this zone. That's a bad candle on the 4 hour. We'll continue to watch this space, but I am positive on the company over the long term. I think they can do it. Their marketing department, I think, knows what's up. ETSY. And that's ultimately what it is. Get in, get fast, take all the market share, slam all the old school competition, and dominate the market. Etsy down pretty hard. Big gap low. Will it fill? Not great price action here. Let's have a look at the volume. Volume improving a little bit. I don't really get it. It's kind of along that idea of goods versus services. And I know this is technically a service for selling goods, but what's it valued at? $21 billion. And it people sell random stuff on it, like arts and crafts. Good company. If you're wondering where the price action is going to be, you need to clear past this. So 167, which is pretty close to 176.50. You need to close above that, and when you do, Etsy should be back on, and it should be able to move pretty quickly to the 192. So good luck on that one. But at this stage, yeah, it's not quite positive enough. I'd be looking for the breakout. So we'll set it up. Guys, what do you want in here? We're going to put AMC. We're obviously going to put whatever it is, Corsair. I have a problem with the code, CRSR. We'll put that on a 5 minute. We're up 25.96 here on this one. And possibly the party is going to get started today on that. It is a pumpy dumpy. This is much more interesting on AMC. So the key levels, 52 was a key level. So it's above 52 by 25 cents. Let's see if it can hold the zone. And we'll get down there in a 5 minute chart. And yeah, if it can hold above 52, you could be looking at a $60 day, or at least $60 over the next couple of sessions. It's pretty big. Thank you very much, Robbie Edna. Appreciate that. Hopefully you enjoy the course if you do get it. That's awesome, Robbie. Great to hear. Square. Oh, yeah. Can we put Square, guys? Tesla. People still want that. Pins. SafeMoon. Not happening, Rashad. CRISPR. Yeah, I don't have... CRISPR is in our room. Let's have a quick look at CRISPR. Oh, so good, guys. Good work. Thank you very much. Take me to the 136 train. All right? Take me up there. I'm so happy. Good work, CRISPR. 1.96%. It's a great Monday, everyone. I might not be one of you young fandangled apes. I'm not as strong as you apes. I don't have the diamond. My diamond hands on GME, they were not diamond, I gotta say. They were like... I was so weak-minded. But when it comes to stocks that I like the back of the... like everything about them, hell yeah. That's a good day. 1.29 on the way to 136, 137. That's awesome on Crisp. Let's watch Square come in. I'm going to check it. I'm going to go over the top. Will Square be able to do good in the first 5 minutes? It's probably a little bit cheap, I think, this morning. 1.26%. Come on now. A little bit of resistance at the 222. Bust through that. Could be a good day. Ding, ding, ding. Jesus, I missed it by a minute by going nuts. Sorry, guys. Square open 222. Let's get this opening bell. That's pretty funny. Jessica, $10 message retracted. Here we go. 1 minute late bell. We got there. It's a public holiday here. You know, I'm allowed to do whatever. I've got Jessica's $10. Edgewell Personal Care Shaving Cream. Thank you very much, Jessica, by the way. Edgewell Personal Care Shaving Cream was down 1% in Feb 2020. Where are we today? My lawsuit is sent of today. What? Edgewell Personal Care Shaving Cream. What is that? I'll look at it in a minute, Jessica. But, okay. Good luck with whatever's going on there. Hopefully it goes all right. And we've got a few others that we need to do. So we've got AMC 53.47, guys. That's a pretty nice start move here. Hopefully you can get up to the 59. Seems strong. CRSR opens at 41.41. I'm still dubious whether it can hold through the entire session, but hopefully it can rally to 44 or 48. Square coming in super hot. You can see it's finding some, well, not super hot, but decently hot. Let's scroll through. So we've got US 100 actually down 0.11%. BTC firing 40,400. Most of the stocks of interest are green because they're hyper stocks, and we know Hyperstocks are doing good. And then we scroll through. DKNG, 1.51%. 52.41 down. So that's okay. I think that's something we'll come back to. Well, that should be up here. Corsair 23, Netflix down, and these stocks almost stagnant. So things are looking all right here in the session for hyperstocks. I don't think there's too much negativity there. Let's go across to the Webull button. Coinbase coming in hot, 4%. That was only 2 before, remember. So it's coming in good. Square, the second one, both off Bitcoin's rise. Snowflake, 1.21%. SAP, CGen. Let's go to the watch list. Speculation, percentage changes. What do we got? Speculation, Corsair, Mara, Riot. Oh, everything to do with Bitcoin's just running. Thank you very much, Dave. EPC, we'll check that out in a sec. AMC, Bitcoin, BlackBerry. All the meme stocks are firing. Look at Square. Go, baby. Get all the way up. All the way up, Square. Yes. All right, we'll check this one out. This is for Jessica. She wants me to check What's Plug doing? Is Plug up or is it down? Plug's up as well. That's good. EPC. Edgewell Personal Care. Whoa. Was down 1% in February. I don't understand this too much, but yes, it's at a resistance point. Sorry, Jessica, I'm not sure. Where we are is $46.11 resistance. Have you said, yeah, so thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. David Taylor, $2. TA for XLV. All right, we'll do that. This is the healthcare fund. Any thoughts on BTCY Pink? We'll have a look. XLV is just doing its thing. Above, you can see it's consolidating here. Go into like a 4-hour. See how it's trying to break out. Nice little kind of range coil spring above the previous resistance. You can see it's just doing its thing. Once it breaks out, another nice little run should hopefully come in the healthcare sector. And yeah, good range, 121 to 125. Probably the more interesting one is IBB. So when you look at the biotech sector, you can see the real big breakout here. Huge range, proofs incredibly well to the top. That's probably the more interesting healthcare sector at this point. So yeah, thank you, David. And you had another question, which was PINK. And you wanted what? BTCY? I don't know what that is. So this breaking out at this stage, I'm not sure what it is though. Look at Square, 3%. Look at TDOC, 1.94. Yeah. It's a good day. Nick M Power, $5. DNN and monstrous amounts of U. Denison Mines. Check that one out. Nice breakout. Nice coiling above here or spring above. That's good. 4-hour chart. Anything it holds above here is excellent. This is a metal mineral. Lots of 20 moving averages doing stuff, which is good. I'll bring this down to the squeezes so you guys can see those, the squeezes and specs. Another good day for ARCG. Another good day for innovation. Good day for PLTR. It's a good day. It's a good day, retail community. All of the crappy stocks that we like, except for Boomer Apple, which is now called Boomer Apple, is green. Most of them are green. That's good. Yeah, DNN looks all right with this breakout. If you're wondering where the range goes, something like this, dude. Take that range, extrapolate that out, see out proofs into the 180. That's a good sign as well. Monstrous amounts of use. Let's bring that up. Energy fuels. Spring coiling above the top here. I think that's fairly solid. I don't really want it to go underneath where it is right now. And ideally it breaks out, but this is the right type of formation, the right type of support found. Yeah, It looks all right. Hopefully it can hold up, make a new high. And then once it makes a new high, I expect it to get a bit of participation in that one. S. Burgos says, I'm holding DNN. So far, so good. Yeah, I think that's okay. Durgesh Sakhadande. I always get your name wrong, bro. $2. Tom, can you please have a look at Ride? We surely can. Should be 0. So you hate this. Should it be 0? Well, it's not looking good. It's a bit of a gap there, isn't it? Bit of trade recently. I don't think that's a great candle. It does look bearish. But I don't know if I can give you any more than that. It's a pretty weird chart. Gaps down. Why did it gap? I'd be looking at why is it gapping? It's down 16.91%. And it is obviously in pain. It is in pain. Probably don't look at that unless you're bearish. Turkish, it looks bearish, yeah. Tesla coming back up. Let's have a look. Tesla, 1.85%. Good. 620.98. How's the old Neo going? Probably lagging that one. Oh, no, it's also doing 1.8%. Nice. It's a good day. Guys, is it a good day? Is it good? It's so far in the morning. Is it good? 40,800 BTC. Ethereum started to ride a little bit there. It's pretty good. Square, 3.44%. TDOC, 2.39%. What else we got? We've got CRISPR. We've got ARCG. We've got all of them. Moving strong. Ride, the CEO and CFO resigned this morning. It's stuffed. It's not good. Bad. If that's true, bad. But it doesn't mean it's dead, because there still could be a shell. But there's obviously some serious dodgy stuff coming out. That will not be good for it, whatever it is. Oil up, gold down. That's right. Yeah, oil continues to buck the trend of most of the metals. Silver also squeezing very, very well. I mean, it is obviously squeezing because otherwise gold should be much higher. So silver's doing all right there. Tesla 624. I expect if this continues, price target will be 635 and people will take profit here, close above here, and we'll be very excited for our daily analysis. All right, everybody. Well, for today's session, I guess we're probably done. It sounds like there's a whole bunch of great stuff going on in the markets. I wish you all the best for the session and continued forward. We'll be doing it again Tuesday. We'll definitely have a little bit more structure and we'll be ready to hit these markets hard for the rest of the week. AMC 52.80. Hopefully any 52 hit, if that does happen, is met by buyer demand, as we saw on the charts before. It's an important level. And you can see that important level here through that previous level. There's previous little bits of resistance. Watch out on Corsair. I think this is a pumpy dumpy at this stage. Obviously not looking too fine, but hopefully it does turn back around. And I think we had another one which is like VXRT or something earlier. If you want to do your own research on that, you can check it out. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Discord. Come and join us in the community of thousands of members in the public or in the private. And yeah, look, we wish you all the best. I hope you guys are making some money and it's going good. Zillow. Yeah, we'll check out Zillow. This is for David. Let's have a look at Zillow. Nice. 2.9%. Let's go to the daily. Oh, yeah. Is that a stock of interest? I mean, I do know this stock. I don't like its investable qualities personally. You may like them. But that's getting compelling. You've got like your little double bottom. You've got a very strong resistance, which is going to interconnect with the trend line. Could be another one of those ones that we might pop on the charts. I'm going to put Z in stocks of interest down the bottom. It's actually going to go speculative for now. There we go. We chucked it in there because there is some signs here of some decent technicals coming forward. Robbie says, please do the ASX 200. All right, dude. All right. You know, the thing with the ASX 200, though, is that you don't really, like, I know you can do the TA on it, And we've obviously got lines here for that reason. We do it on Wednesday, man. Just join us in the webinar. We do it on Wednesday. Resistance, support, support, support. You saw the 69. You can also see the breakout that happened here. Now, do I think this is a little bit high? Yeah, I do. I actually think our market is a bit unhealthy because it's been run by... It's running off energy. It's running off a few minerals and stuff like that. And I think that when BHP, when Rio, when a few of those turn and the banks turn, like CBA, we will have problems here because we don't have a diverse total index. That is an issue. Now, do I feel very bearish about it? Not really. I think it'll just come back down to like 7,200. Hard to buy here though. Very hard to buy. Like, look at this on any chart. It's just super hard to buy. Little breakout. If you day trade it, it's going through. I think it'll come back to the weekly 200. Weekly 20, where it's bounced every other time. Bang, bang, bang. Move up a little bit maybe with the S&P, and then pull back down into the zone. All right, everybody. Good luck. Did you draw cat? No, I didn't draw cat. Let me have a look. Right into the 20 moving average. I probably prefer John Deere as the short here. I think it's closed through and it's got more runway. But cat was better last week. Here we go. Scott Morgan says US gamblers spend on average of $1,487 a year. Damn. $1,487. DKNG, Scott Morgan says. Yeah, dude. So what is that? 1,487 by the average adult. We need the online gambling facts, because when you can bet live and you're betting on sports like UFC, you're betting on basketball, you're betting on NFL or whatever, people love that stuff, and it's proven to be a massive game changer. So DKNG will maybe move from the speculatives into stocks of interest at some point soon. Catch you, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow in either our video. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button. Catch you for now. Also, unfortunately, depression does lead to more gambling, and that is rising. That's unfortunately a thing of investing, guys. Drop the heat, DJ Tom. Oh, we didn't even do it. Yeah, we'll do it on the way out. There ends the public holiday stream. All right, here we go. The fat index is a thing, truly. People buy obesity indexes all the time, man. That's investing.